we've joined that. Break thread. So now it's joined. That's not going anywhere. And then do your thread. Thread. That point on the other at the very get across to that fold. You fold the page, and you can see.
So easy when you know.
It makes life easy. You start and stop anywhere along that crescent, and you're not going to get. They're not going to even. So yeah, so that's what the crease. I mean, to be honest, like don't line face up.
And they should still be because of the
symmetrical. So you do it right. So together, turn the unit round so you're sewing yourself. Rather than putting the right side like you would hexagons or diamonds, you put in flat together and sew in a back stitch or a flat stitch, matching the very edges. Still a whip stitch, up and over, but you're going across the back. See your stitches so much on the front,
isn't it? So, question. I feel needle and specifics.
Needles. Oh yeah. So I use sharps, but fine as possible. What you're comfortable with. You don't want to spend trying to thread a needle.
Yes.
Which I have done. So I mean, I've 8 before. So an 8 and a 12 is fine. Want to get too thick, and then thread or a film.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To have.
We do. We've got one.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful. This later on. Can I just this? How beautiful is this? This at in another.
Yes.
It is 10 o'clock. We're going to be looking at this, and this rainbow is for that, really, isn't it? So it's a lovely, glamorous way of showing you these. Really. So as we heard Lisa mention, brilliant collection, lovely of different threads. You've got your grays, some lovely kind of really pretty. Do you mind if I just pop them on there? Sorry, I feel like I'm invading.
So the 80 weights, I use a 50 weight for this in. I use 80.
Okay.
Or waxes is the thread with these.
I just love the tools that they're on.
Aren't they? Yeah. For the applique, the flower. Background.
Later on.
It really does.
These are more for kind of that second stage section. Would be 50 weight. Lovely. Does it matter the colour that you use? I mean, should you be thinking bricks or? You don't see this.
Yeah, but also I've actually started colour matching lately, in case you can. But I mean, a neutral thread.
That's yes.
Oh.
I say yes and say gaps to start with.
For the top, before you break thread, second crescent to the top.
The same way.
So I've still got your thread that you've. Then go across and connect. So again, points before section. So there you go. So I've just connected that through your loop to knot it, which a pain knot. Did you know that? I didn't.
Big debate to knot or not to knot.
Oh, I always. I always
I'm
do.
A bit of a knot. Yeah.
Keep doing quickly.
You know, it's really the different shows that I've done. Variations are tiny.
Well, it's the one I do that with, and I'm like, I don't do that. I can't. And I just
we might need to get in close for this.
So you've got your long end. I'm going to do it right-handed, if you're the other. Long end in your right your needle. So you're going to put the needle and then your needle on top. The thread needle. Pull the whole through.
Oh.
And obviously, the more time, the not. So
reminds
that goes
me of
all yeah. So then we're going to start at the other end of the crease line, connect these, and connect it to the crease.
I should be looking at the tablet for any. If you message you and then completely ignoring you, so I was just enjoying myself. Coming through, might be back on track again, which is good. Okay, there's a couple of cushions. Great clearance structure to anchor the shape at each for sewing. Lynn's did that one as well.
Oh, lovely.
And I was wondering, is it? I don't know. That's a bit of a message. I think it's kind of gone out of sync, but not. Leave that one for now.
Go up that seam and connect that whole unit.
Okay.
Like that. So we'll pretend I've done that.
Fair enough.
I just want to show you how. And when you connect it, so you'll carry on, make baste your 5 clamshells, and then we're going to connect the bottom point first. So
that's the only stitching before it.
So then you've got so just peel back the seam slightly. You can get that bottom point nice and sharp, and then connect.
And the same
before,
yeah.
And take. Can I hear?
There's a lot of noise there. I think the rabble are in today. What's going on?
Then thread and then start from the other end of your seam. Point and then sew up the seam. Okay, so you carry on, go connect your pieces and.
Now, can I go and let everybody know? Because now that we've seen how together, people are going to want to know what.
Actually, and then I will pin it.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So then I just when you're press.
Okay.
So you keep that nice. I've done most of this seam allowances. If you've been in for a while and it's hard, iron it will soften it.
Okay.
So you just peel back the seam allowances, pop. As I said, if you're careful, you can reuse these papers. Just careful that they're quite vulnerable.
Yes,
be careful when you just repress. Little iron, repress your snap, and then
beautiful.
So I'll pin this.
I'm going to gather up all my belongings. If that was over here. Guys, I'm going to tell you about that fabulous list we're talking about, because it's one of the ones we've been going for in your droves. Your print one is the most amazing to show you, because it is. And it's rated as well, so potentially that's going to be even more of you involved with this. But you need to get yours as soon as you can. Ready, over half the stock. Absolutely gorgeous. Here as often as we would like to. Or you can. That is, and get her beautiful kits. And this is lovely project in between kind of you know, and all the hours you can't go and do any. And you've kind of got that little kind of time that you can kind of just stick fun. It might be that, if people stop it, maybe you've got the old Z and you can't actually get in there at the moment. Then a lovely little management project that you can with you anyway, sitting down on the sofa and you're wanting something, maybe stay with relatives and little room in your own little space, in your own little time to spend on your own, way before anybody else in the house. It means that you've got something very much self-contained to take with you. Literally, everything you've got in here. You've got your embroidery skeins, which obviously come on to use when we get to the point of working the together and appliquing. You've got all your fabrics here. Fabrics that are the flange, but you've actually got something that you haven't tried, because you've got this little kind of area here that frames that beautiful block you're going to be making, and you've got your but everything. Do a little bit of fussy cutting, as explained, so that you're going to get everything there, and you've got plenty of fabric there to enable you to do so. Your is there, your EPP papers are in there, which you use, and the bottom there, that's those. So it's a fabulous, beautifully, and a proper £3.99. So that one, if you want to, please do take. I like the rain. Well,
there's no fuss.
That is a good point, actually. Thing, and you want solid tones, then this is the one. So I say these fabrics, they're that kind of inner a linen look. So yeah, good fussy cutting with that one. I'm going to have all your gorgeous bright colours all in there as well. Almost so all quality. So front you're going to be creating any of these. To get the back, complementary fabrics that are going to work alongside. Obviously, if you want to add some more, your quilting pieces in place, then you cushion pad, because we don't include it on the website. But isn't it beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. I suppose if I've shown you two, now since I'm here, the third. Oh, got a Liberty one flying. This is your last one, and this is colour palette with this one with those lovely tones. Very moment in home decor. Again, the technique is the same as we saw with the Liberty one, with all your fussy cut potentially, but we've kind of got a good pattern, so you potentially wouldn't need to place things in an area. But if that's important to you, can do. And it itself is what you need in there. All beautiful fabric, and of course that that are going to get you well on the way to your classing this one as maybe intermediate. It's the first time that you're working with and learning how to put the clamshell and bits and pieces together. Much easier if you do that. So if it's something you've tried to do previously, well, I've got a certain tool. So you glue, and this is invaluable when it comes to your EPP. Same different. I'm seeing this paged over to cardboard now, which is good. Your pen, and you've got your well. Obviously, instructions are in there, but to secure those fabrics, as we said, it's $99 if you're wanting to go for that. You will need some refills, won't you? So we refills for you. 90 different colours. You well, they all don't worry about that. I think it's just to be able to see them. So there you go. If you want to get hold of those, so do your test glue. And this $7.99 makes sense. We're giving you. We've dropped that price down. Multiply these because you get them while we've got them. A pack of 6 for each of those units that you go. $6.99. Just you will get more of those. Oh, Hannah, what are you doing? She's found a new button. She's on the button. What does this button do? Oh, and then a drop. Don't keep pressing the button. Press it. So 5. Now, if you've already checked out your basket, these at the top of the show, and you thought I need those, don't worry. Don't worry. Lowest price along. There you go. Details on your screen if you want to order those. And that P&P you're paying for your first order, it lasts the whole day. So we've got the curry, yeah. For a minute then, it's curry that comes. Get mixed up. No, it is curry. In your fabrics, and that little rotary cutter, so that's a use to get as well. But so far, the threads and that's pretty much So, yeah, while you can. We'll warn you, though, they're proving to be very popular. We're going to leave the those, you can get hold of those. And Louisa is up progressing.
Lovely. So I entered it onto the fabric. You get a 30.5 inch square. So we're going to sew it because you can pull the fabric.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So if I start here, then I'll show you how to do the points. So just anchor your behind one of your pieces.
Doesn't matter which one you start with?
No. When you're so quite thoroughly to be down to start in the background, and then you're just on the very edge of your ring, or your, in this case, direct into your background fabric, bit behind the back, come back into. You are making the edge as tiny as possible, and then travelling the points. About the points. Fold your dog ear out of the way, so that's out of the way there. So going the other way, then come under, so the other way. Okay. And just stick right up to that point. Stitch just to give it a next there. And that dog ear under. If you trim the dog ears, it would start.
Yes,
and it would.
Yeah.
So you just want to tuck it under the way and carry on down.
Would the stitches be
about a 1/16 of it, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, to quilt it as well, extra secure.
That's point, yeah.
So yeah, so in the 80 weight fill. So because I'm going, so they really do disappear, and the neutrals are brilliant. I use the grey, to be honest. So going all the way around. So I'm not going to be boring.
You started and you finished.
So sorry, get this. Is there a ruler?
We're going to.
I should have. So I just wanted to. There is 5. So there's obviously the obvious.
Yeah, I was going to say the early bird one, but of course that's not going to help.
Yeah.
It's kind of half of it, but. Darling.
You.
Wonderful. Ooh, long arms. There you go.
So
I've got your mat.
I've got.
Need a bigger one, or?
I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm just going to. Well, I won't. General. So what you. So you're cutting it down to a 12.5 inch square. Half of that quarter.
Yes.
So you basically want to find a centre point down there, and a quarter mark on your ruler, and then off. Obviously perfect that way and that way. Yeah. But when you come to, there's no in the flower, so the crease marks on your background might have moved. So in centre, measure across the flower, down obviously, so you're not going to see allowances. Put your ruler against the, then you can, that's 9.5, well it's not, yeah, 9. And then put your pin in there of your flower.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, and center point of your flower, line up
so
your 6 of the, and then trim. Okay, ends that I've trimmed it down.
I'm using my imagination.
Which you'll have to in a minute because my flanges are the wrong size.
Oh dear. Don't you just hate it when that happens?
So you're flappy on the side. I don't know a word, I don't know.
No, it's one of those you've got here. I'm just area there, but so yeah, that's like a little frame, isn't it? Yeah. And that frame.
Yeah, it's just a bit different from it. Border, really.
There's only about that one yet. Are those refills you're taking advantage of? You need to get hold of them quickly. To those, so yeah, £5.99 if you want to.
So when I've sewn these on, so just pretend these are 13. Yeah, full
no
length.
Problem.
So then putting the bottom, top, and bottom, I have the first started sewing. So I don't know if we've got time to do on the machine. Your flange in place.
Stitched, Hannah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So in the first one in place. So again, we'll just have to practice the right. Actually, starting right at the top, sewing in the middle of the first. So then what happens is, and then the second one, oops, and then that one of that one,
right.
on top of that one. Because you haven't sewn that down, you can lift that. So there's So yeah, machine then.
Yeah, actually, I think if I'd been left to my own devices, I'd be thinking you used to do it with the quilt block, and then do the sides, or the other way around.
Just a bit. So yeah, so 1/4 inch seam allowance.
No.
One. Oh no, so no.
I got it. Lovely.
Start in the middle. Inch seam. I've folded 1-inch strips. I cut them down into 12 strips and then just fold them in half. Get that nice crease.
Lovely.
Sorry, I missed that. So,
I think once you've learned how to do this technique, you'll find doing it on lots. Any quilt.
Exactly. Order, isn't it? Really. Especially some of the colouring.
Yeah.
Up the white. It's just
to use a fabric that's areas of your project as well. Kind of blocky in colour.
So if so,
lovely.
I shouldn't have used 1/8 of an inch. So just we'll just pretend that's 1 inch. When you do your border, your connecting strips with half an inch, 1/4 of an inch. So I do this with an 1/8.
It's all included.
It is
anyway,
all in
and you're through it.
Which obviously I forgot.
Well, yeah, I mean, I should put my cushion on top of the instruction because I have to. Whenever I always have instructions to the side. There's so many.
The pouch.
Okay, fair enough. As well, because sometimes it's put together. It could be months ago that it's together, and it's like 3 or 4 patterns. How did that come together? The cushion, incidentally, that we're sewing is this particular. Up until that side stitch, if you want to add any wadding in there, that in yourself. As this is a very, very popular.
Carry on because the flange is, but we'll just pretend that that's
anyway.
And then you've got down to the fabric strips. 2 down to 2.5, the 2 to 18.5.
Okay.
And then side one. Like that. So then give it a good press. And I put some wadding behind the muslin behind the wadding just to give it a nice relief to hand.
I do as well.
Split the embroidery 3 strands. And then I just do a nice running stitch.
That's it, isn't it?
So I'm tiny. I like my big stitch built in. There's a bit more decoration.
Look as well. And that we've just learned about additional elements that are going to go around the end, and then that bright, doesn't it, against that? Useful. Obviously, you've got your flowers if you're wanting to go down that route. beautiful Liberty fabric. Very, very quick. Quick. Thank you, Louisa. To next hour. So yeah, quickly the Liberty kit. So the kit is looking at, so the Liberty, if you want in that particular kit with that beautiful, is the Liberty memory of have a look at that one. Then please do pop those details. But more importantly, check out. Next one that we're going to look at, I haven't really thought about this. There. Next one. That next. We've just only got time for the one. Okay. Sorry. There you go. The idea. You've got fabrics featuring in there, so you've got elements there. So you've got obviously almost like effect. It's not power fabric that you've got in there. Flat fabric, an easy one to work with, and you want to have it that it's beautifully. So that's what you've got within that. Beautiful, like step by step. Your fussy cutting, so if you want the placement of those little flat clamshells, like exactly how to do that. You've got a tutorial, little look and check those out. Fabric, that top stickering, we're all going to be doing that, aren't we? So yeah, one, and those are Louisa, because basically, you know, and that is the important thing, isn't it? Project. So there you go. If you want to do that, the detail screen. Louisa, make sure you tune in later for that. Essentials. What's your EP? Glue pen. Glue pen is in